According to the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the number of deportations increased by almost 25% from 2016 to 2017. Most people think deportees are men who have criminal records, like Jose Armenta. When Jose was deported to Tijuana, he didn't have any family or friends to help him get on his feet. He's staying at Casa del Migrante until he finds a more permanent home.
I let them know that I'm doing okay. I bought myself a cell phone so I can keep in contact with them.
Many migrants arrive with no papers and can't get regular jobs. They have to take whatever work they can get.
I have jobs here and there. I'm going to work tomorrow in some fruit place. I don't know what it is.
But sometimes deportations mean entire families must leave. Carlos Yanez self-deported with his wife Miriam and their kids. They now live above Victory Outreach, a church located northwest of Casa del Migrante. Miriam and their 2 sons and daughter are all U.S. citizens.
This is our world here. This is our private world here. It consists of just being here, and my kids. It's a little bit harder for my kids because this is it. They don't go any further than this except downstairs to go to the church. So it's a little harder for them.
After receiving the letter from ICE, the family talked about their options for the future. That's when they were introduced to Victory Outreach through their church in the U.S.
My husband called Pastor Mo, and right away they said, you know what, don't worry about it. We have a place for you guys, you can come straight over here, and so we thank God for them for opening the doors here.
But they're adjusting to their new life in Tijuana.
It's been hard, but we see a great need here. I mean, the drug infestation, there's a lot of people that are being deported here, and so when we've seen that, we're compelled to help.
Downstairs, the congregation gathers to hear Carlos preach. Victory Outreach is a sanctuary for Olga Lopez, but she didn't find it immediately after being deported in 2010. When she arrived in Tijuana, she was an alcoholic and addicted to drugs. While seeking assistance, she befriended a woman, but her newfound friend got her hooked on drugs again and prostituted her without her knowledge.
Es como si te están esperando para quitarte tu dinero. Como no sabes ni a dónde ir ni así, te envuelven. A mí eso fue lo que me pasó.
Olga knows she has lost so much since being deported.
En Estados Unidos dejé atrás pues mis mejores años, mis estudios, todo lo que conocía y 6 hijos. 6 hijos.
But she found a community at Victory Outreach, got sober, and even got remarried. Those in the U.S. would hardly recognize her now, and she has some advice for those who don't think of deportees as human beings.
¿Cuál sería mi consejo para ella? Pues que se deben de tocar el corazón y deben de ver que ellos son bendecidos de no pasar por esa situación, pero que se pusieran en los zapatos de esa persona.
This is Hector Lopez. He's the director of the Unified U.S. Deported Veterans Center, which is located near Victory Outreach. The center provides support for deported veterans.
In December 20, 2006, I arrived in Tijuana with a pair of shorts, a pair of chanclas, and a tank top. And it was freezing. But that's how the country that I served and defended treated me and threw me out of the country. And when I arrived in Tijuana, it was like I was arriving on the moon, because not only had I never been to Tijuana since my crossing when I was 3 years old, but I had come to Mexico, but never the border region. And it was a real shocker. It was a real eye-opener. And it was really sad and tragic to find myself in the country that I was born, even though I was no longer, in my eyes, in my opinion, a citizen of that country.
The walls of the Resource Center hold items that remind the veterans of why they're fighting for U.S. citizenship.
Right here is the most famous saying of all. I came up with this because I felt really strong feelings towards my country being or doing what it did to me by kicking me out. So an immigrant serving the military, the one thing that gives us strength is the honor of wearing that soldier's uniform for the United States military. And that's why I say, if I am good enough to die for the United States, and if I'm good enough to kill for the United States, then I'm damn well good enough to live in the United States.
Continue to the next story to hear how one woman is helping the deportees and asylum seekers adjust to their new lives.